Okay, so a third update here today. So, the White House puts up this cryptic thing about aliens, they are among us. And then you get this stupid video here. And people had to figure out what that meant. I mean, it's obvious. They're tying in the alien UFO information that's been put out, and then grabbing illegal aliens that aren't supposed to be here. A double entendre going on, and putting them back over the border again. This was ridiculous, in my opinion. One, it downplays the entire alien UFO investigation. It shows you that the information dump that they gave you about extraterrestrials was bullshit, useless information. And then on top of this, to make this stupid thing about getting rid of illegals. But I'm going to tell you the thing that bothers me the most about the illegals is that he's not actually getting rid of all of them. The campaign promise was to kick every illegal out of the country. Now, certain ones, depending on where they work and what they do, will be given dispensation in order to stay. But first, let's take a look. Polymarket did this. This is one of the betting markets, like what is it, Karma. So this was from the White House. For 60 years, the U.S. government has kept a closely guarded secret. Aliens been walking among us, living in our neighborhoods, and interacting with us in our daily lives. They've shopped in the same stores, attended the same classes as our children, and lived seemingly normal human existences, with one exception: they do not belong here. If you've witnessed an alien abduction, do not be alarmed. The alien is in good hands. We will take care of it. They're referring to illegal aliens being shipped back to their country of origin, and return it safely to its place of origin. Report suspicious aliens. ICE tip line. And then seemingly there would be a number there somewhere. They weren't little green men. These aliens are the millions of illegals who have invaded our country under the cover of darkness. President Trump has told the truth. The cover up is over. Secure the border. Report them all. Uh, it's just cringe. I am a supporter of getting every illegal out of the country. You broke our laws. I'm not allowed to break our laws. Why are you allowed to break our laws? I want them all gone, except they're not going to be gone. We're going to play stupid AI games like this. What happened to going in the streets and rounding them all up again? Now, this is from a couple of months ago. But I had already heard about this, and it was the Trump administration floating a plan that undocumented farm and hotel workers would be able to legally remain in the U.S. President's comments suggested a vague plan that would allow the government to bring back great people who are working hard and who go out in a nice way. Okay. So President Donald Trump suggested at a cabinet meeting Thursday that the undocumented people working on farms and in hotels would be allowed to leave the country and return as legal workers if their employers vouch for them. What the fuck is the point of sending them away to bring them back again? That's taxpayer dollars being used to put them on the flight. Taxpayer dollars being used to feed them and get them back to their own country. And then additional taxpayer dollars used to reprocess them after their company vouches for them and to have them return. So the real thing is they're not going anywhere. They're not going to ship them back to bring them back again. What they're going to do is facilitate their continued stay. Trump said at the meeting with the reporters present that we have to take care of our farmers, the hotels, the various places where they tend to need people. The last I checked, American citizens are also people. Why aren't these jobs being offered to America first? Why are they being offered to anybody else of any other nationality that is non-American? I don't care if you're a Latino. I don't care if you're black or if you're Asian. If you're a legalized American citizen, you should have first dibs on any of these jobs. Now, anyone that doesn't want it or can't be bothered, but you're complaining that you need a job, shame on you. But this should be going to Americans first. So a farmer will come in with a letter concerning certain people saying they're great, they're working hard. We're going to slow it down a little bit for them. Then we're going to ultimately bring them back. They'll go out. they're going to come back as legal workers. That's just fucking stupid. You're going to take 2 steps back to go 1 step forward again, or 1 step back to go 1 step forward again. It was unclear what he meant by slow it down a little bit for them. Yeah, what? Slow it down a little bit for them? Are you going to cover them in molasses and tell them to crawl home? The administration has been pouring resources into arresting, detaining, and deporting undocumented immigrants to fulfill Trump's campaign pledge to conduct a history making mass deportation of immigrants from the United States. I don't even think he's deported as many as Obama has at this point. And Obama just did that quietly, and all of his lefty morons didn't even pay attention to it. Have we hit those numbers yet? I don't think so. Trump said the administration is going to work with people if they go out in a nice way. What's going out in a nice way? Is that like, so I understand what they're saying here. If they don't resist, they don't fight, they agree to be deported or self-deport, then participate in the program to come back as a person with a work visa and return to their old job again. I have to imagine that that's what it means. But this is stupid. Go out in a nice way. When I see that, I picture a slow motion gunfight where that one comes in and hits the guy and he goes flying backwards in slow motion. That's a nice way. We're going to work with them right from the beginning on trying to get them back in legally. So what the fuck are you going to make them leave for then? So it gives you real incentive. Otherwise, they never come back. They'll never be allowed once a certain period of time goes by, which is probably going to be 60 days, he said. Again, why? Why? You're going to deport them, to give them 2 months, to bring them back again with a work visa, is my assumption, and allow them to continue the job you just pulled them from. So what's going to happen is these people aren't going anywhere. You're not going to deport all of these people. In response to an NBC News request for more details, White House spokesman Kush Desai said the Trump administration is committed to delivering on the mandate that the American people gave to President Trump with a whole-of-government approach to secure our borders, enforce our immigration laws, mass deport criminal illegal immigrants, and put America first. So see, this is where I think some of the wording has changed here. Mass deport criminal illegals, but leave the regular illegals who broke our laws by crossing the border and then found a job and have been minding their own business for the most part, paying their bills and their taxes, even though they're illegal. I don't know how they got a tax ID, a social security number, and how they provided information to get a legal job. They're not working under the table. I don't know how they did any of that. But they can stay because they only broke one law. Maybe two if they're working under the table and not paying taxes. But they only broke a couple laws, so they can stay. But the dangerous illegal ones have got to go, which is great, by the way. That makes people safe. But they're all criminals. I've used this example before. Let's say I've lost my job. I can't feed my family. I can't get any of the bills paid. We're in a very bad situation. So I go and I rob a convenience store. No one is hurt. It doesn't become violent. I get a couple $1,000s from it. That's enough to put some food on the table, pay a couple bills, or make a car repair and get the family back on their feet. Okay. So 3 to 5, I get away with it. They don't catch me. 3 to 5 years later, I'm living legally. I haven't had any problems. I haven't broken any laws. Hell, I haven't even driven over the speed limit. And they catch up with me somehow and find that I was the one that was responsible for robbing the convenience store. Do I get away scot-free? Do I, as an American citizen, get a free ride, a free pass for robbing that convenience store? Or am I expected to not only pay back everything that was stolen, but be punished for my actions? So I, as an American citizen, because this is the claim that a lot of these illegals and families that come in, they wanted a better life. They wanted to get away from the hellhole they were in Mexico, Venezuela, what have you. And they go, well, we did it for our family and a better life. Okay, well, I robbed the convenience store to help my family and to give them a better life because they were starving. They didn't have any food. Why do they end up receiving more consideration than I am as an American citizen, legal American citizen? So what's happening here is rich people have complained that hotels, restaurants, cleaning staff, they're all going to go. The only other exception here is the farmers, and the farmers, I absolutely support the farmers. When I grow the show more, one of the things that I want to do is be able to give back to farmers, not these corporate landscapes that's owned by Bill Gates or something. Actual everyday farmers that work hard to feed American citizens. I want to be able to give back to them and show them and put them in more of a spotlight to show people how important farmers are. Here's the problem with the farmers having illegal workers is because there's so many restrictions on farmers. There is so much money they're paying out for specialized seed they have to buy, increase in fertilizer prices. They don't have the money to pay an American citizen what anyone might be consider or be comfortable with a regular wage. So they're forced in many cases to bring on illegal farm help and pay them a bare minimum, if that. So that way the farm is able to make some sort of cost because you need a whole bunch of extra workers, and you may have a whole bunch of greedy Americans that aren't going to work for that cost, plain and simple, right? Whereas these hotels, these restaurants, you're making enough money. You're doing this in order to increase your profits by hiring illegals, cruise ships. I've watched so many uh, travel videos with people that talk about their experience on the cruise ship and other locations. Nothing but people from different countries on every single one of them. American cruise ships. I'm not even referring to other ones that are traveling. It's American cruise lines, Disney cruise lines. They've got people from all over the fucking world that are running the ship. So, and this is all to cut their bottom line, to cut their cost. So when I see stuff like this is not, it doesn't fire me up. And this doesn't let me know that America's going to be safer. It seems like we're playing some sort of joke with it. So I keep deporting him, but when we voted, we said we wanted all of them, 100%, not little cut exceptions for wherever you need to make it. Those jobs should go to American citizens. All right, that's everything I've got for today, everyone. Thanks. Like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps grow the show. Thank you, everyone, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.